This is exactly why you don't lie.
When you asked me, have you ever dated a black man? And I said yes, and that's a lie.
So, y'all, I'm taking a break from the regularly scheduled programming that you normally see. Don't worry, you'll still get it, but I'm watching all of King's Court. I'm going to watch each episode and do a review every episode. Do me a favor. Tag Bravo if you watch this post, and that way they consider me to host the reunion or at least host my own messy podcast about the show. And you've been warned, spoiler alert, I'm going to talk about everything in the episode. This is starting with episode 1. So if you're not familiar, King's Court is a dating show and it takes 3 men and a group of women and they're looking for their love. So the show is hosted by Holly Robinson Peete and her husband Rodney Peete. And we just have to stop and acknowledge this dress. She is stunning. This was the first look of the night that we saw from Holly, and she looks amazing. She looks like she hasn't aged a day. And Rodney, you are just so lucky to have her as your wife. Then we have our 3 kings. So these are our people who are looking for love. So we got Tyson Beckford, who is, I think, the most well-known black supermodel in the world. And then we've got Carlos Boozer, who was a basketball player, and Thaddeus Billar, who is also known as Titus O'Neil from wrestling. He was in WWE. All 3 of them. Oh my God. Sploosh. Sploosh. And then we have our women of the cast who are looking for love as well. Now, these are our queens. So, in no particular order, we have first Brickell, who I swear looks so familiar. I've seen her someplace before, and I think she's a model. We've got Janae. She is an entrepreneur. She's from Tampa, and I have to say I'm a Janae stan right now. And then we've got Jasmine, Jenny, who you saw from the beginning of the video, who is the daughter of a senator. And based on how she talks and behaves, I'm very interested about the senator as well. Then we've got Lexi, who I swear I've seen someplace before. If y'all know where she is from because she looks so familiar, please tag me. Then we have Liliana and Dr. Shawana, who I'm going to come back to because they have continued to call her aggressive in this first episode, and I'm not a fan of it. So in the first episode, everybody's really just meeting each other. It's all their initial meetings, and the ladies get to meet the kings as they walk out on a runway and introduce themselves to the women. And one of the most notable moments from the runway, Carlos walks out and he makes immediate eye contact with Janae. And he says,
"First thing I see is pink dress."
And he's talking about my girl Janae. I like Janae, and they are a cute little match. Like, they have an instant connection with each other. Now, in this first initial episode, after everybody else comes out, because Thaddeus and Tyson come out, and yeah, they get great reactions, but there was nothing really notable. It's the fact that Carlos instantly went towards Janae that made it so cute. And as they're getting to know each other, each of the women, they talk with each other, they talk with the men, kind of like your typical dating show where they're just like, okay, we're just going to mingle and we're going to get to know each other. But there are 2 things that really stuck out for me. First, Tyson shares a story about him being in a relationship and he was cheated on. And the person took his dog.
I want y'all to know that shit hurt me.
Baby, you can come cry out on my chest. Just let me just hold you. I just want to hold you. But in all seriousness, it was actually nice to see somebody being more open and vulnerable because we don't get this a lot from black men in TV shows, and that's just what Hollywood produces and puts out. They don't really like to show that side that black men can be vulnerable too. So it was very nice to see, and it sucks. And whoever you are, now I don't know the details of your relationship, but that's dead wrong to get that man's dog to fall in love with the boo you've been cheating on Tyson Beckford with. And then we get this moment.
How would your parents receive you bringing a black man home to your house?
100%. Totally
Have you
fine.
dated black men before?
I have.
Okay.
So Thaddeus and Jenny are having a conversation about her dating a black man, and has she ever? And she says yes. And we find out later in the episode that she lied. Now, Jenny is giving off Lacey from Rock of Love energy. If you're not familiar, this is Lacey from Rock of Love. And that girl was 3 sheets to the wind, like gone. And she was scary. If you don't know about her, go look her up. Go on YouTube and just find a couple of clips and you'll see what I'm talking about. But I'm going to put a pin in that because I'm coming back to Jenny in just a little bit. Now, after mingling and having a great time, each of the men decide 2 women that they're going to take on an individual date. Now, another meeting that was very interesting as the guys are starting to get to know the women, we find out that Brickell and Tyson have previously talked to each other. Now, they kind of play it up before we find out the full details, but actually, just in 2020, Tyson jumped in Brickell's DMs on Instagram and they show the messages, and it's just a cute little, hey, you look good, that's a pretty picture, flirt emojis, and then there's no more conversation. Now, for the individual dates here, Tyson chooses Brickell and Liliana, and they go on a skydiving date. Carlos chooses my girl Janae and Lexi to go on a date, and they do goat yoga, which is very fun. Janae has a great time with the animals. Lexi was not feeling the animals that much. And then Thaddeus chooses Dr. Shawana and Jasmine, and they have this flirty paint date where they do paint fighting with each other, and it really comes down to Shawana getting more of the vibe on the date and Jasmine kind of like fading into the background. So Shawana definitely had a better time on this date.